Tito Moss.
Yeah, boy!
He may be a shrimp, but they don't call him Mighty Moss for nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Never, ever turn your back on that little
What happens when the NFL locks down an exclusivity deal with EA? You get Blitz the League, one of the most unapologetically violent football games ever made. Created by Midway Chicago, now known as NetherRealm Studios, this game takes football up to a gory, almost blatantly irresponsible level. Unlike Madden, this isn't about stats, it ain't about realism, it's all about dirty hits, juicing players, and all-out brawls on the football field. I love the early 2000s. At the core of Blitz the League is its brutal gameplay, and it delivers a fantastic arcade-style football experience, which is fast, aggressive, and ridiculously fun. So instead of your standard simulation, we get over-the-top action, we get bone-crushing hits that will crack ribs, create back spasms, and fractured ligaments, or however, I don't even think you could fracture a ligament, but it makes sense here, or maybe rupture a ligament in any case. But fights on the field, you have literally dirty hits, which is one of the key mechanics of the game, where if you continue to give dirty hits, the crowd might get involved, or the teams are gonna go into basically what is a dirty hit compilation, if you want to get technical about it. There's going to be momentum in the game, which is also tied to your ability to do dirty hits and do moves, or basically clash moves, which are tied to another mechanic, which we will talk about in a bit. But there's this really well done reward system for hits, momentum, to even to the point that it doesn't really revolve around just only the football aspect. It revolves around how can you control the momentum of the game. And that is the beauty of Blitz the League. And tied to that momentum is the unique clash meter, or unleash mode clash system, if you will. Now, this mechanic feels like you just wowed out. Now, if you've ever played a game where it's literally momentum based, in other words, Def Jam Fight for New York or Def Jam Vendetta, or let's say NFL Street Volume 1 or Volume 2, where you literally unleash and you kind of wowed out, this is more or less the same case, where your ability to fill up a meter in NBA Street as well. And once you cap that meter, you're able to do either a bone-crushing hit or a fantastic catch, like death-defying, gravity-defying catch, or an absolutely absurd stiff arm or juke. It is fantastic. It makes you feel powerful, and it's that sway of momentum that you have to manage throughout the game. Because once you're able to get enough icons to perform an unleashed, bro, and the way that you manage it, it is absolutely, it's basically style points on top of any type of score or defensive play that you might do. It is amazing. Now, the same thing happens if you are able to time an interception on a catch or something along those lines, oh, the momentum swings immediately, especially if you're playing couch co-op, which the game does support. And Blitz the League continues to surprise. As you dive deeper, you will notice, holy crap, this has a story mode where you take a loser squad from the depths of Division 3 all the way to the championship. And it is fun. I won't say that it's well acted. I won't say that the cutscenes are absolutely amazing, but the narrative is enjoyable. And in the management of the game, it has this juicing / training sequence that you can take full advantage of. You have performing in the games. You have awards throughout each and every single season as well. You even have gambling in the game. And it's funny because now you get to bet on games completely legally, but at the time you couldn't do this type of thing. So now you have gambling in the game, and you get to bet, oh, how many points are you going to score over this team, or can we injure this person? There's even going to be challenges between players. They're going to text you and text basically either your rookie or your veteran, and they'll literally issue challenges like, yo, you won't get to sack me 2 times this game. You won't get how many extra yards, or whatever the case may be. It has a bunch of really cool mechanics inside of the story mode, all making it worthwhile, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Now, where the drop-off starts to be noticeable is when it comes to the presentation of the game. It is a mid-2000s game, so Blitz the League looks, at this point in time, decent at best, and it's kind of rough. The textures are completely outdated, animations can be wildly stiff, and even the defensive AI can be absolutely frustrating if you want to get down to it. Now, the bone-breaking cinematics and unleash modes will keep everything fresh in the meantime, but when it doesn't really focuses on those sort of things and it's literally just the cutscenes or maybe just the regular football when you don't have any unleash or you don't have any dirty moves that you could possibly do or jukes or anything like that, yeah, it can be it can be tough.
Will haunt my dreams forever.
This also continues in the audio department, so there's not going to be amazing voice acting. The soundtrack is limited. Even the in-game commentary is limited. You will hear the same lines over and over again, but it does have some redeeming qualities, especially when it comes to, again, the Unleash. Some of the music actually slaps. Some of the soundtrack is actually pretty good. You will be entertained by some of the hits and the crunchiness of them, but keep in mind that there are some limitations in the game as far as music, as far as voice acting, as far as the way the stadiums sound. If you're looking at it today, in this day and time, and trying to compare it to what can go on now, the type of audio levels and the type of sonic experiences you can have, then no, by all means, you're not going to feel like it's up to par. But it doesn't drop the ball completely. And at this point in time, yeah, completely serviceable.
At the 36-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown. And Miami gains a little cushion with that score.
Now, where you are going to have to gauge your expectation a little bit and in reality obliterate them is the fact that Blitz the League has issues when not talking about gameplay and story. There is missed opportunities throughout the whole entire game, if you want me to be honest with you, because there is no game modes to do apart from story mode and exhibition. There's nothing really there to have you to keep your attention. And even when it comes to the story mode and even exhibition, because exhibition, you're only going to be as good as the computer is, and that is not difficult whatsoever because I hadn't played it in years and I was dropping around 80, 90 points. I think I dropped 100 a couple of times on the computer. So difficulty and challenge is non-existent. Then you get into the customization of everything. Then you realize, holy crap, it's lacking in certain meat and potatoes areas. I can't customize my stadium. I can't customize my players besides maybe changing their name and adding a little bit of color or a sleeve or something along those lines. No trade system. There's no stadium creation or stadium customization system. I can't put a hot dog somewhere. It lacks in the intangible area. It lacks in the point where it has to do something to get you to stay here. And that's where the limitations arise. Blitz the League does not have anything to keep you here. So once you're done with the story and once you've done playing a couple of exhibition matches with your mates, that's it. You're done. And that's the sad part because where they should have corrected that in Blitz the League 2, they dropped the ball even further. Blitz the League is a wild, brutal take on football. That's literally unlike anything else. It's arcade gameplay, hard-hitting action, and unique campaign make it a complete blast to play. But it's held back by its out-of-date graphics, repetitive commentary, and unbalanced difficulty curve, which at the end of the day still makes for an entertaining experience, something that everybody should play. But just understand what you're getting into. And at 13 hours, more or less, for the story and a little bit more, depending on if you have multiple controllers in the house and something that you want to play on your PlayStation or Xbox 360, that is a pretty nice bargain for a game that really offers something fairly unique even for today's standards. And it's easy for me to recommend. The final score for Blitz the League is a 7 out of 10. I'm doing the IGN thing. Every single game gets a 7 out of 10. But in reality, if it holds up to this day and you do the scoring, yeah, it comes out to be 7 out of 10. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful, found it informational. I hope you guys like reviews. I am trying to be as productive as possible with my reviews. I have so many in the backlog, but you can only imagine that I'm only one person trying to get my editor involved. Shout out to him as well. But yes, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like button, comment down below. Check out the links down in the description below. Amazon, Patreon, YouTube membership. $1 a day keeps you in line a little way. I'm your host, Mike Fury. It's been a complete pleasure. Until next time, Mike, off.